see here, I haven't posted on YouTube in quite some time. Recently I've been working on my website, and it got me to thinking. The name of my website is called Song from the Woods Promotion, and basically what I do is I promote bluegrass, jamgrass, old-time music. It's really what I'm into. Some of you are into the scene, know bands like Yonder Mountain String Band, Widespread Panic, Jam Band. Music like that is what I'm into, and I'm really into supporting the local music scene up here in Portland. But to go a little deeper in why I came up with the name is I'm a big Jethro Tull fanatic. And so obviously that's where I got the name Song from the Wood. I'll go a little deeper than that. I'm also a pagan. And one of the things that really drew me to bluegrass music and old-time music is the fact that it's basically the American Bardic tradition. I mean, anybody who's into bluegrass, old-time music and stuff know it's storytelling. And it's storytelling at its best. Bluegrass has its roots, obviously, long before Bill Monroe, the godfather of bluegrass music, got his stuff from the old-time music, the mountain music of, the Appalachian Mountains, Tennessee, and all that, and he kind of combined it with Afro-American music, with blues and stuff like that, and we have bluegrass today. But bluegrass has held to its old-time roots of being storytelling music. The storytelling music of the mountain folk down there. And to understand where old-time music comes from, it really comes from the Appalachian Mountains, where the Scots-Irish sat there and settled when they first came to America from Ireland. And so they brought much of their music with them, mainly the fiddle. Later on, I believe it was the Italians who brought their mandolins. Could be wrong, but I do believe it was the Italians who brought the mandolin. The Afro-American slaves brought their banjo, or actually there is an older version of the banjo that originates in Africa. And of course you know about the mountain dulcimers from the Appalachian Mountains and stuff like that. Well, this music is very rich down there, and also paganism was very rich in the Appalachian Mountains. The old folk ways of the Appalachian people, anybody who has the Foxfire books and stuff knows what I'm talking about. Even though many of them profess to be Christian, they still follow many of the old peasant ways, folk medicine and superstitions and stuff of their Irish homeland. But anyways, I'm a member of ADF, which is Unreal Claim. It's a modern druidic order here in America, and one of my dreams is to bring pagan music and bluegrass and paganism and bluegrass together. I love bluegrass music. I wish more pagans would play it. And why? Because it's perfect. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Celtic music. I love it. I mean, I have a collection of folk musicians from Ireland and British Isles and Scotland. They're unbelievable. One of my favorites is Dom the Bard. Dom, if you're watching this, hi. I know you've viewed some of my videos before. For those of you who don't know, Dom is an extraordinary folk pagan musician from the British Isles. Very modern content, but still holds to that old spirit. And I really feel we need that here in America. And what happens is a lot of these Americans who were not born and raised in Ireland and British Isles don't have that culture in them. They have the American culture in them, but their spirit is there, yeah. But when they try to play Celtic music, it just comes across really cheap, phony, and kind of flaky. I mean, be really honest. And really horrible too. I mean, really horrible American Celtic music out there. Yes, I know there are some good Celtic musicians here in America, but it's just not the same as listening to, say, like, John the Bard or any of those people from over there. It's just, first of all, they have the accent down. Okay, so, I mean, let's be honest, they got the accent down, which is part of the music. But really, here in America, we have a tendency as American pagans to keep calling upon the spirits of the British Isles. And the truth is, we're neglecting the spirits in this land that we live in, the land that we were born in. Yes, we may be descended from the old country, but we were born in this country, raised in this country, and this is the land that fed us, has clothed us, has taken very good care of us, and we tend to ignore that. And the mountain folks down the south, they didn't ignore that. They sang about their rivers, they sang about their mountains, they sang about their woods and their animals and the indigenous people that lived there, like the Native American stuff. They sang about that. They honored it. They revered it. And I feel as pagans, American pagans should embrace bluegrass music as our Bardic tradition, because they are our ancestors, those people in the Appalachians, those Scots, Irish, and the Germans, and the others who grew up in those mountains. Many of them are our forefathers and foremothers. Many of us are, we can trace our history down to the south, those hillbillies. There's a little bit of hillbilly in all of us, especially as pagans. I just really feel that we should, as pagans, embrace our own Bardic tradition and stop trying to hijack Ireland and Scotland and their music. And stop, it's great to sing about their country and to, show a longing for our past, but we need to start singing about our land, our country. And I don't mean country as in the United States. I mean our country as in our mountains, like the Rocky Mountains. I'm sure got some stories to tell. The Smokies, the Appalachians. I live up here in Oregon. We got the beautiful Cascade Mountains, and we're connected to the Rocky Mountains. The wilderness here, nature here has a story to tell, and we should really start telling those stories in our music. And our music is old-time bluegrass. And I'd really like to hear some response from some of the other pagans out there, especially you Druids, about your feeling on this. Do you really feel that it's time we as American pagans started creating our own pagan culture here instead of keep trying to live in Europe where we don't live? We really do that. We need to start showing respect, like I said, to the spirits of this land and start honoring them. And still honor the spirits of the land that we came from, Ireland, the British Isles, or even mainland Europe, the Germanic countries, France and Spain and all that, because they were all Celts at one time. But we really should start creating a heritage from this country and this land, whether you're from Canada or America, the US or Canada or whatnot. We need to start creating music for here. And don't tell me, oh, okay, we'll create pagan rock and roll. Well, it's not really a storytelling type. That's more of a style of music. Get up and party to. It's not really a storytelling music like bluegrass and old time. I recently was the music coordinator for a convention called Magical Winter Weekend, and one of the people, I had some friends of mine, the sisters, very dear, they're both dear friends of mine. They're both old-time bluegrass and traditionalist musicians. And they came and did the gig for me. And my friend Tina, the cello player and guitarist, she's a pagan. And so she naturally jumped on, yeah, I'll do the gig for you. And I had one of my fellow committee members walk up to me and say they were boring, they weren't upbeat enough. We wanted music to dance to. We wanted a dance band. I'm thinking, okay, this is a pagan event. We're supposed to be educating and honoring our pagan heritage, and you want me to get some cheesy pop candy band for you to dance and jump up and down to mindlessly. And Mike Nichols was there. For those of you who have read his book, The Witch's Sabbath, I had the pleasure to sit down and talk to him. And he leaned over at me during the evening when the tea caddies, my friends, were playing. He looked over and he says, it's so nice to see young pagans embracing the old folk music again. I wish to see that more often. I told him at the end of the convention that my style of music was not really welcome back. And he says, oh, that's sad, because not all of us are into hearing just a grumpy. Some of us pagans like the old folky music. Folky music is very earthy. It's very much part of the land. Anyways, I'd like to get some people's feedback on it and what you think. So